What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy. We got hashtag solo Pat in the chat tonight. Let's go. So I kind of wasn't expecting a little off-day stream action today, but we have it. The Yankees game was postponed due to rain. I think it was thundering a while ago, but I think it stopped. I have no idea. But listen, shout out to everybody currently in the chat. Let's take attendance / roll call. You guys know the deal. We got Not So Family Fun Vision. I always like to say Not So Family Fun, Not So Fun Family Vision. I don't know. But Jesus Chavez, Spades, Joseph, Matt. We got Lori, Amy, KG Baseball, Jerome, Austin Lugo. We got Fritz, Ruben, LA Yankee King, Damian, Ed King. We got Yankee Fan. Who else we got? We got Andrew, Liam. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. I think my camera's a little bit off. There we go. Bro, it's the inner OCD in me. But hope everyone's having an awesome day despite the rain. I'm a little bit disappointed that the Yankees didn't play today just because I was really looking forward to it, considering that last night was a brutal loss. You want to see them rebound today. And then on top of the rain, the rain out, we also found out that the Yankees are going to be without two of their really good players for the near future, and that is Corey Kluber and Luke Voit. Kluber, I believe, is shut down for 4 weeks, and then another 4 weeks to build up. So I don't think he's expected to be back until about August. That sucks. And then Luke Voit, I'm not really sure the timetable on him. Chat, if somebody could let me know. Apparently he just has a grade 2 oblique strain. I don't know how severe that is. I'm not a doctor, but Kluber looks like he's going to be out much longer than Voit. It sucks. I guess in the meantime, Devi Garcia's he's gonna take Kluber's spot in the rotation. I love Devi, but he's obviously no Kluber. But hopefully he could kind of fill his shoes for the time being. I don't know. This is brutal though. It sucks. Whatever. I see a lot of people in the chat. Yo, solo Pat, solo Pat, solo Pat. Let's go. We got solo Pat in the chat. Fritz says, does the injury of Kluber change anything regarding Scherzer? For sure, not very likely, but 8 weeks for Kluber is best scenario. 8 weeks is probably the best scenario. However, I don't think that this means we're going to get Scherzer. I would love for it to mean we're getting Scherzer. It would make total sense. However, I think the Yankees are they're going to look at the situation, and it plays into perfectly to what we've kind of been saying this whole time, right? They're going to say, oh, Luis Severino's our trade deadline acquisition, because Severino is going to be coming back just around the time where Kluber's almost coming back, I believe. Severino should be back a little bit before Kluber. So yeah, it kind of plays out perfectly, which sucks. But like Lori said, there is a little bit of good news that we did get today. Stanton is supposed to be back on Friday. That's going to be huge, adding it back to the lineup. But it sucks because we're going to lose Voit to add Stanton. I feel like this happens with the Yankees every single time. Every time we get someone back from injury, it's literally like we have to lose somebody. It's like a sacrificial kind of thing. I don't know. It sucks. But let's see. Chat, also, you guys know the deal. For the solo streams, bunch of questions, bunch of interaction with the chat. So if you guys have a question, just let me know. Austin says, Pat, Voit will be back late June because oblique is a bad injury. A month would probably make sense. I could expect him to be out about 4 weeks. That seems pretty legitimate. Any sooner than that seems like it might be rushed. Pat, why does your setup resemble a Zoom meeting related look whenever somebody joins you in a stream? It's called video chatting. I have no idea. KG Baseball says, when was the last time we had a fully healthy lineup? I don't think at all this season. Maybe for a game in Tampa, we had Voit and Stanton in the same lineup. But chat, let me know if I'm correct here. I don't remember Voit and Stanton being in the same lineup at all this year. I could definitely be wrong on that. We might have to go back to one of the Tampa series. I'm pretty sure it was when we were at the Trop and took 2 out of 3. But yeah, we've definitely haven't had the death lineup at much of a capacity this season. Let's see. Fritz says maybe we have lost him all year and he'll be gone. Severino ain't going to be ace level this year. It's true. It's definitely true. Severino's not going to be ace level this year. I've said this so many times. Anybody who's expecting Luis Severino to kind of come back this season and be an ace, you need to probably go get your head examined. just because that's just not happening. Now, obviously, it's possible, but to have those kind of expectations for him going into this year are ludicrous. It's stupid to think that. But Damien says, at least we didn't have to see Odor in the 2-hole. Seriously, Boone, what? Yeah, for anybody who did see the lineup that the Yankees put out before everything kind of got rained on, no pun intended, but Odor was in the 2-hole. I forgot who else was in there. Let me just pull it up really quick. Okay, so Odor was in the 2-hole. Gardner was actually batting 6 behind Torres, and then Andujar was batting 9. To be honest, I would swap Gardner and Andujar. I don't know why. Whatever. Whatever. Annoying. Laurie says Judge was out longer than 4 weeks with the same injury. Fair. The oblique is a weird injury, right? Because it's one of those where a guy could come back like really soon, or he could come back like very far. Which you could say the same for most injuries, right? But the oblique is just kind of odd. I don't know. Yankee fan says we should put Andujar at first now. Bro, what they should do is call up Derek Dietrich. But it's not happening. But it's just not happening. Whatever. Pat, have the Yankees actually made it official that Devi up, or are we assuming? No, Boone confirmed that Devi is coming up. Apparently, Devi was supposed to come up regardless of the Kluber injury, and he was supposed to pitch against Detroit. That's interesting. So apparently he was set to come up before the injury news even came out. But I like KG Baseball's comment. Ford is like a cockroach that just won't die. Somehow he keeps getting ways to stay up. And it's so odd, bro. I don't know what the Yankees see in Mike Ford over a guy like Derek Dietrich. Even Chris Gittens at this point. I see a couple people in the chat talking about Chris Gittens. Bro, either of them would make so much more sense over Mike Ford. Mike Ford contributes absolutely nothing to this roster. And if we have to see him start at first base, even on and off with Andujar for the next month or so, that would be ridiculous. It would be the definition of stupid. Thank you. Let's see. Bright says the Yankees are pretty much forced to either bring up Dietrich or sign depth for the bench. No, I don't think they are. To be honest with you, they're probably gonna call up a pitcher. They're definitely not gonna sign anyone as depth for the bench. I could guarantee that. But yeah. Leanna says graduation sucked. It was a 2-second slide only. Your stream is the best part of this horrible graduation day. Well, congrats on the graduation. Sorry it sucked. But, yeah, virtual graduations are stupid. There's really nothing good about them. Jerome says, I know it's unlikely, but can the Yankees throw the kitchen sink for Buxton? 1 year left till arbitration and is making $5 million. He's what the offense and defense needs. Do I see it happening? No. But would I like it to happen? Sure. But I think the odds are probably better of me going to the moon tomorrow. And that's actually, like, no pun intended, because my shirt has, like, the globe on it. Solar system, moon. You guys know what I'm saying. But, Austin says, Pat, I'm actually kind of happy because now I can watch your stream at the Miami airport. I have a long layover, so at least I can watch your stream. Pretty sure Austin's going to Madrid, as far as I remember. I have a pretty solid memory. Borg likes my wall. Bro, thank you. I have a couple pictures on the other side that you guys can't see. And on that side of the wall, over there, we have like a couple signed Yankee pictures. Pretty fire. I'm pretty sure one of the times when I used to stream on Twitch, I gave you guys like a room tour. Good stuff. Bright says Greg Allen is better than Mike Ford. Changed my mind, bro. There's no need to change your mind. I think you're right. You guys know, I say like the off season / spring training. I was very high on Greg Allen, and then I guess I kind of realized that he had no place on this team. But I do think that he's better than Mike Ford for sure. Yankee fan for life says, can you get MYY recaps in Yankees Avenue in the home run derby you guys are gonna do? Dan would 100% come. Also, yo, shout out to Dan. Happy birthday, Dan. Dan's big 21st birthday today. But Dan would definitely come because he doesn't live too far away. But as far as Derek, I would love for Derek to be a part of it, but he lives in the South. So if you want to come up for it, sure. But yeah. Pat, where did you get that flag? If you go on unhingedclothing.shop, you could check out the Unhinged flag. You could actually buy one of those. So if anybody wants like an Unhinged flag, I'm pretty sure they're like $45. They're a little bit expensive, but they're awesome. Yeah. They're one of those products that you don't really make a profit on just because they take a lot to produce. But Steven Salazar says Chris Carter time. Now, this kind of goes back to that that article that we looked at yesterday. I think it was yesterday from NewJersey.com, where they mentioned Jay Bruce is not coming out of retirement to help the Yankees or Mets. I don't really know who had that idea in the first place. Now, maybe we should write an article on Unhinged NewYork.com kind of mentioning maybe Chris Carter comes out of retirement. I don't know. All I know is that I have to sneeze, but I'm fighting it. I fought it. Let's go. Round of applause to that. Spade says, I'm down for my birthday to get an Unhinged KC flag. Bro, shout out to Unhinged KC. They beat the Rays yesterday. I don't know. Are they playing today? Okay, the Rays are beating them 1-0 in the top of the 8th. That's kind of disgraceful. I don't really know how that's even possible. But yeah, moving on. Lori says Jay Bruce's mom planted that story. You know, that's probably the only reasoning behind that. I really couldn't see another reasoning how there would be a Jay Bruce coming out of retirement article. I have no idea. But we could talk about Gleyber Torres for a little bit, just because, bro, I love talking about Gleyber Torres. Why not? This off day kind of sucks for Gleyber, just because, bro. Actually, no. If we're thinking about who this off day sucks the most for, I would say Gleyber's one of those guys, just because like he's been hot, and when you're hot, kind of sitting isn't the best thing to do. But also, I think this off day sucks the most for Clint Frazier. Chat, I know, Pat, stop being obsessed with Clint. It's not even being obsessed. It's just being logical in the sense that Clint has had a really good few stretch of games, right? And yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you're this hot, I'm not even saying he's that hot at this point, but when you're kind of this comfortable at the plate, you don't really want to miss these games. And I guess maybe he plays both games of the doubleheader tomorrow, which is also fun that we haven't talked about. The Yankees are playing a doubleheader tomorrow. I believe it's single admission, so if you have tickets to any of the games, you get to watch both, I believe. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how single admission doubleheaders work, but I'm not opposed to the 7-inning doubleheaders. That's one rule that I don't really dislike. I'm kind of a fan of them, just because, bro, 2 9-inning games in one day seems like a lot. Yeah, just saying. Chat, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Bright says, what about hashtag Unhinged Reds? Probably not. I'm not a huge Reds guy. Ed King says, how about Joe Pepitone coming back? And he looks like Pat too. So did we find another Pat lookalike? Now, if I look up Joe Pepitone and he looks absolutely nothing like me, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Okay, yeah, he looks nothing like me. This might be one of the oddest doppelgangers. Moving on. Hashtag Unhinged Miami. I like Unhinged Miami. That's something I could get behind. Bro, the Marlins are a really fun team. Like, if we're talking about, like, fun teams across the league, Miami Marlins every day of the week, bro. But Spade says, question, why does everything on your shop say Haunt Me? So the Haunt Me merch that's on the website isn't, like, Unhinged merchandise. That's just merchandise that is basically with an artist that I did merchandise for, right? So in the meantime, while we haven't dropped any new merchandise on the shop, his merchandise is on there that I designed, if that makes sense. But let's see. You have an echo, Pat? Do I? Chat, there should be no echo now. Now, if I had an echo this entire time and nobody told me, I despise all of you. I despise everyone. Have I had an echo this whole time? This entire time? Alright, whatever. But moving on. Hashtag Unhinged Trash Can Bangers. Hashtag Unhinged LA. I like Unhinged LA. Yankee Fan for Life says, I was trying to tell you. Futai says, no echo, you good. I thought I had to, like, throw hands with the chat. That's all I thought. Pat, you had an echo for 2 minutes. Okay. That's not bad. But if I had an echo the entire time and you guys didn't tell me, damn. Okay, but you guys were good. 2 minutes, like, isn't that bad. I'll take 2 minutes. But anything longer than that, if it was, like, 5 minutes, I would just hop off. I'd just be like, you know what, guys? Like, that's going to wrap things up for today. I'm just saying. Borg says, I think I speak for all Yankee fans when I say that the Yankees must bring back Jacoby Ellsbury. He was an absolute star on and off the field. This franchise just hasn't been the same without him. Yes. Now let me kind of enter my little, what is that called? Like a monologue? When someone just, yeah, okay. So, Jacoby Ellsbury might be the greatest Yankee of all time. He's my hero. He's my inspiration. He's the reason I wake up every morning with a smile on my face. I look in the mirror, and you know what I say, chat? I say, you know what? I love Jacoby Ellsbury. Greatest contract of all time. But moving on. Spade says, okay, boys, I'm getting an Unhinged hat for my birthday in about 5 months. Well, that's fire. That's pretty fire. Now, if you guys want my opinion on what kind of hat to get, personally, I like the baseball cap. I don't know if I like the dad hat's cool. Dad hat's not my favorite. Either the baseball cap or the trucker hat. That's my favorite. Ruben Cruz says they should start King over Devi. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing King start. Now, I don't know how much the Yankees would have thought that it would be a good idea. Simply because I don't know how much they view King as a starter anymore. I think they like him mostly out of the bullpen. But, yeah, I would definitely be willing to give King a shot out of the rotation. He's the wind beneath my wings. That's essentially true. I love him, yeah. Hashtag Amazon Hennessy. Now, I don't really know what that means. You don't have to admit, chat, this is like an off day. It's kind of like the second off day in a couple days. And I'm not prepared for the things you guys are throwing at me. Futai says, ooh, Pat throwing hands. Who's scared? Because probably Boone is. If Boone just heard me say that I'm going to throw hands, he'd probably leave the chat, probably have to detox himself and just go, those were very scary comments. There you go. But we got Johnny in the chat. Chat to Johnny. I know this is not a hockey stream, but let's go Isles. They are moving on to the second round. Okay, shout out to the Isles. I've been to one Islanders game my entire life, so I guess they're my team. I haven't been to a Rangers game, so I don't know. But I believe the Knicks are also in the playoffs as well. Shout out to the Knicks. A lot of stuff going on tonight. I think the Knicks are playing right now, if I'm not mistaken. Chris says you kind of look like Jeff Bezos. In what world? In literally what world do I look like Jeff Bezos? Now I have to sneeze again. I'm fighting it. I fought it off. Amy says Boone would pour a gallon of bug spray on himself if he heard you say that. Probably. Derek says the Mariners may shop Seager should the Yankees look at that. Kyle Seager, where would he play? First base? Because I know he kind of he played third the majority of his career, no? But I'm assuming with that comment being said that he's kind of been playing first. I haven't really kept up with Kyle Seager as of late. Let me see if I could see his fielding. Okay, no. He actually hasn't played first base at all. Yeah, no. Kyle Seager would make absolutely no sense for the Yankees. Now, I like Kyle Seager as a hitter, but he would make no sense for this team. I thought he played a little bit of first base. Apparently not. Apparently he's only played third. A little bit of second, too, in the minors. But, yeah, he would make no sense for this team. Devak Shah says, what's your take on this rotation? Cole, Tyone, Monty, Herman, Garcia. It's a little bit vomit-inducing. If I'm being honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That rotation sucks. Moving on. No, but seriously, I'm just not a fan of it, at all. No. But Yankee Fan for Life says, what's the schedule for tomorrow since it's a doubleheader? Thank you. Because this is something that I didn't want to talk about, but I was definitely going to forget because you guys know I have the memory of a goldfish. But so how we're going to do it tomorrow is there's going to be one pregame. Pregame at 3 because the first game starts at 4, and then postgame directly after the second game. So probably expect that to be around first game 4. Let's say that takes 2 hours. That's 6. Let's say 9:30, 10. A little bit earlier than the usual post games, but in between the first and second games, I'm gonna be hopping on Derek's stream. We're gonna do a 643 DP stream. So tomorrow in between games, go head over to Derek's channel. We're gonna do a stream on there. But we're gonna do the pregame and postgame as usual here, but kind of on the end caps of both games, if that makes sense. Because it just wouldn't make sense to do 2 separate pre-games and 2 separate post-games. It just wouldn't make sense at all. Austin Lugo says, Pat, I thought Derek Dietrich was the reason why you wake up. He kind of is. He kind of is. I love Derek Dietrich. THG says, Pat looks like Jeff Bezos only on opposite day. Is opposite day a thing? Like, I remember that from SpongeBob, I think. But opposite day, is that like the same thing as April Fool's Day? I really have no idea. Spade says, isn't the Knicks a basketball team, not hockey? Or did I butcher that? Because hashtag unhinged contobandath path. It's nukes. I don't know what that. I'm sorry. I can't read it without any spacing. Ruben says, man, I hope Glaber and DJ heat up to the point where they become our 2021 version of Bogarts and Martinez. Now it's possible. Now, like, bro, this is one of those things where we can't say it's ever impossible, right? Because we know what DJ's capable of. We know what Glaber's capable of. There's no reason why they can't turn into like Bogarts and Martinez. You know what I mean? Austin Lugo says, Pat, when are you streaming tomorrow? I just went over it. KG Baseball says, do you think Ellsbury ruined the number 22 for the Yankees? I feel like they would need a very good prospect or player to wear it so it can be revived, but I don't know. Who is wearing number 22? Who's wearing number 22 right now? Is anybody? Do I have to look this up? Has anybody had it since Ellsbury? I don't see anything. Travis Ishikawa actually did. I had no idea. No, it doesn't look like anybody's worn it since Ellsbury. No, I think it's one of those where they'll just give it to some random person. I have no idea. Yeah, Greg Allen. Pat's Soggy Chicken Bucket says Greg Allen. Fair. Pat, sorry, that's probably what it's going to be without Kluber. Probably. I'm not a fan of it at all, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Can you just read, like, the hashtag I just did in my last chat? No, not again. I refuse. Futai says, if the Yankees had a fight, Tyler Wade versus Mike Ford, it'd be like watching drunk people in the backyard fighting. I mean, if we're talking, like, who do we think's winning in a backyard fight between Tyler Wade and Mike Ford? I would say Tyler Wade just because he has the agility. Chad, hear me out. Like, I know Mike Ford might have the strength, but I think Tyler Wade has just, the agility. I don't know. Borg says, do you think Cashman will consider Kluber a trade acquisition like Severino? Probably. I mean, probably. He considers everybody a trade acquisition, bro. He's going to consider Voit, Severino, Britton, O'Day. Bro, all these people are trade acquisitions. Like, we look at them right now as, like, normal members of the team, but Brian Cashman views them as trade acquisitions. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Austin says, Pat, can you look at Derek Dietrich's AAA stats this year? Because if he's struggling, then that's why he's not up. He's definitely struggling, as far as I'm concerned. I haven't really checked his stats in a little bit, but I'll pull them up here really quick for you guys. All right, so this season in AAA, Dietrich has 40 at-bats. He is batting 125. However, he has a 364 on-base percentage and a 639 OPS. Not terrible numbers. But that's who Derek Dietrich is, right? He's not a guy who's going to bat 300, but he is a guy who kind of, he'll bat maybe like below 200, but he'll have a really good on-base percentage, which to me personally makes him more valuable than Rougned Odor. I'm sorry, we love Rougned Ibanez, right? He's had such clutch hits for the Yankees, and I think maybe he could provide some more down the stretch. But one, he's not a two-hitter. And two, he's less versatile than Dietrich, and he gets on base at a much lower rate. Give me Dietrich over Odor. I still stand by that. Sorry. Let's see. Pat's slowly but surely becoming a Tyler Wade stan. No, I admit this. Tyler Wade has kind of won me over so far this season. Easily. Now, I'm not officially on the Tyler Wade bandwagon, but I'm slowly hopping on. Like, I have like 1 foot on the Tyler Wade train right now. Ruben says maybe they are waiting for Dietrich to heat up in the minors. Like, maybe. But, I mean, that just makes no sense, bro. Like, just call the dude up. If he comes up and he sucks, just release him. Like, come on. 600 OPS, come on, Pat. Have some morals. What do you mean have some morals, bro? The Yankees have multiple guys in the lineup right now who definitely have lower than a 639 OPS. Like, all right, chat, if I pull up Brett Gardner's stats right now and he is lower than a 639 OPS, I'm going to be pissed off at all of you, bro. He has a 545 OPS this season. Really? Really, chat? Come on. Come on. Bro, a 639 OPS when you're batting like 125 isn't that bad. Especially when you have multiple guys in the Yankees lineup right now who have an OPS in the 500s. Do I have to bring up Rougned Odor's OPS? Like, do we have to do this right now? Because I'll do it. I got nothing better to do. All right, 608. Still lower than Derek Dietrich's in AAA, bro. Come on. That's because he's not a power hitter? I don't care. I don't care. Hashtag Pat Rage. Bro, that's all I'm saying. Mike Prince says, Cash needs either an elite pitcher or a very good left-handed bat to win the AL. Chat, I hate to be Mr. Pessimist now, but it's not happening. It's really just not happening. Sorry. Over 700 OPS is acceptable. True. Brett Gardner's playing against far tougher competition, and like Dan said, he's a veteran. I'm going to smash my computer screen. I'm going to smash my screen. Why are we making excuses for Brett Gardner just because he's a veteran, bro? Why are we doing this? We can't literally come on here and say that the dude has been good this year. We can't. And anybody who's coming on here and saying that Brett Gardner has been good this year is crazy. I'll bring Dan on right now. Right now. And we'll do another debate because Brett Gardner's not good. Jesus. Moving on. KG Baseball says, is there a way to see Gardner's stats when Frazier is in the lineup and when he is not? Because I feel like he does better when he doesn't play, but I don't know. Possibly. Possibly. I don't really know how to look up those numbers, but it's definitely something that you could take note of. I don't know. Futai says, Pat sounded like that kid who argues which cartoon is better. Bro, we're talking like who, like, can people like stop calling me when I'm live? Airplane mode. I don't know what's going on tonight. But what was I saying? I'm putting my phone on airplane mode every single time we go live now. THG says, I was a big fan of Dan yesterday with his guard points. Finally felt like I wasn't alone. Okay, when me and Dan kind of had the Guardy debate, it made sense on both sides, right? But I think what has to be noted is that the performance between 2016 A-Rod and Gardner of this year is not that much different. I know Gardner provides much more in the field, right, because he's not a DH like A-Rod was. But if you look at pure hitting stats, they're not that far off. And I stand by that. Dan told me, like, oh, well, A-Rod never had a stretch during the 2016 season like Gardner's having now. He did. A-Rod had a stretch of, like, 10 games in 2016 where he was batting over 300. So, like, don't give me that narrative that 2016 A-Rod was the worst player in the world compared to Brett Gardner is this year. Give me a break, bro. Pat, when is your next watch party? I love them. Probably... Well, when's the next day game? Well, weekday day game. I think next week. Maybe we'll probably do a watch party sometime next week. Pat's so pissed off that he doesn't even notice that he's about to hit 2,000 subs. Are we? I believe last time I checked, we were at like 1,900. How many subs are we at, chat? Oh, we're at 1912. All right, that's pretty fire. Shout out to everybody who subbed. If you're not subbed, please sub. If we could hit 2,000 by like the end of next week, I would be very, very appreciative of that. Let's see. Brett Gardner looks like an off-brand potato chips. Pat, look at my last comment. Says Pat Soggy Chicken Bucket. Smoking hot take like fresh chicken, but right off the grill. Estevan Florial will be just as good as Ronald Acuna Jr. by the end of the season. They have the same exact tools. What? Chat, what is going on tonight? Did Pat Soggy Chicken Bucket really just say by the end of the season, Estevan Florial is going to be just as good as Ronald Acuna Jr.? What? I'm speechless. Moving on. I have nothing to say to that. No, it's a hot take. That's like a flaming hot take. Flaming hot take. What's your goal amount of subscribers? 10 mil. Why not? Bro, give me 10 million subscribers. It's possible. Let's see. Futai's been subbed since November. Yo, shout out to you, Futai. But chat, I think on that note, we're going to take this off-day stream. We're going to wrap things up here. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. It was kind of like an impromptu kind of stream just because we weren't expecting an off-day today. But pregame tomorrow starts at 3 o'clock Eastern time, so stay tuned for that. And then midway through the games, so after the first game, I'm going to be live on Derek's stream for 643DP. And then post-game, head back to this YouTube channel. We're going to be doing post-game on here. So tomorrow's going to be a fun day. We got 2 games going on. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.